Broadcasts of the City of Neenah Common Council meetings are produced by University Studios of the University of Wisconsin-Fox Valley. Neenah residents can get information about City Council meetings, City Committee meetings, meeting agendas, and other documents via the City website, www.neenahgov.org. Neenah residents can express their opinions about city issues or about these broadcasts by contacting the mayor's office, contacting their city alderman, or by completing the electronic feedback form on the city website, www.neenahgov.org. All public portions of the meetings are recorded in entirety and are not edited for playback.
Welcome. I'd like to call to order the meeting of the Neenah City Council for Wednesday, November 20th, 2019. The first order of business tonight will be the roll call. Members will punch in on the roll call machine and answer the clerk as your name is called, please.
Alderman Boyette.
Here.
Bates.
Here.
Lang.
Here.
Lendrum.
Here.
Erickson.
Here.
Bellman.
Here.
Steele.
Here.
Coons.
Here.
Stevenson.
Here.
Neenah.
There are 9 members present. As quorum is present, please join us as Alderman Boyette leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice.
I believe you all got, there was a change today with one of the police officers, a family issue, and was not able to make it, so we're taking that off, and we'll do that on the next Common Council meeting, I presume. We also tonight, special night, we have an awards presentation, a Park and Recreation Awards presentation with regard to the Loop the Lake, Little Lake project and Park Cart. Director Kading, welcome.
Thank you very much for allowing us to come on up, you guys. This is your award, not mine. So for letting us take a few minutes of your time tonight to share some awards that the Park and Rec Department has received recently. Over the course of the last month or 2 months, we've actually received 3 awards, 1 for the Neenah Park Cart program and 2 for the Loop the Lake program. I think what really makes all 3 of these awards so neat and special to each of us is it's awards from our peers throughout the state of Wisconsin. So it's an honor to be part of the idea from beginning to end and making it become reality. First off, I'd like to announce the award that was given to us by the Wisconsin Park and Recreation Association. They gave us the 2019 Silver Star Award recognizing the Neenah Park Cart program. It's a mobile recreation center serving various areas throughout the city of Neenah with recreation programming. The Park Cart started with a dream from then Recreation Supervisor Jim Kluge, who wanted to put Neenah Recreation on wheels. It meets people where they're at, and that's really the cool thing is. It takes the recreation programming, puts it in a trailer, takes it out to the programs, and meets people where they're at or where they can't get to. Jim applied for grants through the Community Foundation, which allowed the city to purchase that trailer filled with recreation equipment. The program rolled out in the summer of 2016 and continues today under the tutelage of Stephanie Schott, our current recreation supervisor. The cart gets out into areas of the park gets out into the areas where of the city where there's park deserts or kids can't get to programs because they can't cross roads or the parents won't let them go that far. Cart rolls up, kids come running, and even some parents come out and join us for recreation programming, and I think that's kind of neat too. I'm pleased to recognize the dedication and hard work of Stephanie Schott, Jim Kluge, who have made the Park and Recreation, who have made the Park Cart program a state-recognized award-winning program. Congrats to Jim and Stephanie and the program staff that go ahead and lead the Neenah Park Cart program. So here's their award. They've already received it. I really wish you guys would just have it. So let's do that.
Jim or Stephanie, you want to say anything, or you good?
Yes.
Say thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
Yeah, question.
very much.
What sort of things do you have in the cart?
Great question.
Come on up to the microphone.
Just a bunch of different recreation equipment. So we have a couple tables that we'll take out that we can do arts and crafts on. A lot of kids this year really liked the string crafts, things like that, some of those fine motor skills. We also have some pop-up soccer goals, which is a fun thing, some tees for baseball, and just random equipment for kids to play with. So some hoppity little things and jump ropes and chalk. So, yeah, parachute, a gigantic parachute. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun for sure.
Go ahead, Carrie.
How do you let the kids and the parents know you're coming, and how much room do you need?
Great question. So this last year, first off, when Jim started, he always had it right in the guide, which worked perfectly. So it'll be in that guide, and we hand out those flyers to different apartment complexes. So that was great to have those contacts that he made already. This year, we also put signs in front of the locations. Oh. So at the different park locations, people knew this is the time that the park car is going to be here. This is the day they're going to be there as well.
And you're only in parks, you're not in, private parking lots or anything like that for like schools or?
We also go to different apartment complexes. So last year we were at John Street as well as the Apple Blossom Apartments.
Oh, okay.
So,
great. Thank you.
Any other questions?
No.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Tonight, we also invited along Pat Skolecki. Pat was from engineer from Grafe Engineering. Pat was our lead project manager, and the lead engineer on the Loop the Lake project. So it's an honor to bring Pat along. Again, I mentioned earlier that these awards are recognition from our peers, and I think that's what makes these awards so special to us. So 2 awards, I'd like to share them with you tonight. We have a year under our belt. We've seen the trail counts double. Future Neenah has sponsored a program called Loop the Lake 50, which I thought was really neat this year. Take 50 laps around the loop and you get to win a t-shirt. So that was pretty cool to watch that. We've also watched on various Facebook platforms the number of pictures that are taken from those trestles and from those bridges and even from the land around the Loop the Lake. And I think that's a pretty cool indication of how people are enjoying it. The first award comes from the American Society of Civil Engineers, the Wisconsin section. Again, I'm not a member, but Pat is. Thank goodness. The award is the 2019 Engineering Achievement Award for projects over $2 million and under $10 million. Again, this is a group of people that are Pat's peers, again, making that so much more special. The second award is the 2019 Wisconsin Park and Recreation Award. Comes from our park section, and the award is for over $1 million, projects over $1 million. Pat graciously volunteered to go ahead. Did you graciously volunteer? But he graciously volunteered to go ahead and do these award applications on our behalf. So without Pat doing that effort, we wouldn't have these awards in front of us. So I want to recognize Pat for his time and effort. So these are the 2 awards. I'll let Pat proudly display them. You got it?
Sure.
Ready, yes. You got one of those? So I got to tell you, none of us truly designs or goes about program design or project with going after an award in mind. However, it's an honor, again, that our peers thought highly enough of these projects and the work that goes into it to recognize us and to create these great memory-making opportunities here in the city of Neenah. I'm currently reading a book entitled For the Love of Cities, The Love Affair Between People and Their Places by Peter Cagiana. Mr. Cagiana suggests that cities are living organizations made for relationships. I can't help but think that both of these programs and the projects embody that spirit of creating interesting, comfortable, and enjoyable cities that emotionally connect us as individuals to our cities and together as for the greater good. So it's with this and an honor for us as Park and Recreation staff and for Pat to share these awards with you tonight so that you can enjoy and celebrate with us. And with that, I thank you. You guys can see them. You want us to leave them up or take them?
Thank you very, very much, everyone, and good job.
Thank you.
Alderman Bates.
Do we have this on our Facebook page to show, take a picture of it?
They have a Park and Rec page probably, and sometimes Joni steals some of their stuff and puts it on ours also. So, and if you get Joni pictures, we can put it on the rolling screen out there. Okay. Good. Yeah, but I want to know, when's the deadline for that 50 laps? I'm up to about 7. Is that fast?
Well, if you hurry up and get it by the end of the year, or you start over January 1st.
Oh, gosh.
You can probably negotiate this.
I'll work harder. Thank you.
Need a bigger size. You gotta go twice.
All right, thanks. Okay. Item number 2, introduction and confirmation of mayor's appointments. Item number A, Mayor Crawford's appointment of Erica Lewin to fill the expired term of Michael Hopkins on the Neenah Arts Council. This term will expire April 2023. Is there a motion?
So move. Second.
There's a motion and a second to appoint Erica Lewin, to fill the expired term.
I pushed past. I was not about to say it.
That's okay. So there's a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Erica is here.
Sure. Erica, would you? You're going to get sworn in, but would you like to come up and say a few words? Introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you. I know you're with the brigade, so welcome.
My name is Erica. I'm from the Boys and Girls Brigade. I am their new communications coordinator. I just started in August, so it's officially been 3 months. I just graduated in May from the University of Wisconsin River Falls with a degree in marketing and communications. So I'm using my degree very well, I would say. And I'm excited to be part of the Arts Council, just to use my degree and to also be a part of the community a little bit better with the brigade and just using the community to bring everybody together, I guess, for a better lack of words. I'm not from Neenah. I'm from Freedom, Wisconsin. So a lot of these things are new to me.
Did you say Freedom?
Yes. So about 30-minute drive for me to be here. So, yeah, really excited to be part of the Arts Council.
Very good. Freedom is famous for the Skunk Hill Bar.
Yes, that's close to my house.
See, she knew where it was right away. So, all right. Well, thank you for volunteering and doing this as part of the brigade and on behalf of yourself. The Arts Council is fairly new, also, but they're doing a lot of things and a lot of great things, and I'm sure you'll be a great addition. So, thanks.
Excited. Thank you.
All in favor of the motion to approve unanimous consent? Is there any objection to unanimous consent? Being none, Erica's approved. Congratulations. She'll come down and we're going to swear you in, okay? Come on down to the microphone. You got to come down, sorry.
Raise your right hand. I, Erica Lewin,
I, Erica Lewin,
having been appointed
to
the Neenah Arts Council
the Neenah Arts Council
of the City of Neenah,
of the City of Neenah,
Winnebago County,
Winnebago County,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of Wisconsin,
of the State of Wisconsin,
and faithfully discharge the duties
and faithfully discharge the duties
as a member
as a member
of the Neenah Arts Council
of the Neenah Arts Council
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. Congratulations. All right, thank you very much for coming tonight. Thank you. Item number 3 is approval of the council proceedings. Approval of the council proceedings of November 6, 2019 regular session and committee of the whole budget workshop sessions on November 4th, 6th, 11th, and 12th. Is there a motion?
Move to approve. Second.
There's a motion by Lindrum, seconded by Lang. Any discussion? Seeing no discussion, is there any objection, unanimous consent to approve those minutes? Seeing no objection, that's so ordered. Item number 4 is public hearing. We have 2 public hearings tonight. First public hearing, item number A, is to consider rezoning land located at 708 Monroe Street from R2 two-family residence district to the R1 single-family resident district. I will open up the public hearing on that issue. Is there anyone here who would like to talk to the council on that particular issue? Seeing no one? Seeing no one, I will close that public hearing. And we will go on to item number B, which is to consider rezoning land located at 1515 South Commercial Street from the R1 Single Family Residence District to the C1 General Commercial District. Anyone here who would like to speak to the council or testify on that public hearing? Seeing no one, I will close that public hearing. We'll move on to item number 5, the Plan Commission report pertaining to the public hearings. The Plan Commission meeting of November 12, 2019. Council Representative Lang.
Thank you, Mayor. The minutes for this meeting can be found on the city's website. Item number 1, ordinance number 2019-27, rezoning 708 Monroe Street from R2 two-family residence district to the R1 single-family residence district. Due to lack of a quorum at this meeting, the Commission made no recommendation regarding the ordinance. Action was postponed on this issue to the next Plan Commission meeting to make the recommendation to Council on December 4th, 2019. Item number 2, ordinance number 2019-28, rezoning land located at 1515 South Commercial Street from the R1 single-family residence district to the C1 General Commercial District. Again, due to lack of quorum at that meeting, the Commission made no recommendation regarding the ordinance, and the action was postponed to the next Plan Commission meeting to make that recommendation to Council on December 4th, 2019. That concludes my report.
Thank you very much. So because of that, there will be no action taken tonight. This will go back to the Plan Commission, and then it'll go back to the Council. Alderman Coons?
So I take it recommendation is required by the Plan Commission?
We are required to wait for a recommendation from Plan Commission. They have 60 days to do that. After the 60 days, then there would not be a need to do it, but we haven't reached that.
Okay.
Yeah. Mayor? I'm curious. So we don't have a quorum to conduct business, but we do keep minutes.
Minutes that reflect that there was no quorum and that they adjourned at a certain time.
Yeah. Okay. I find that interesting.
We still held a public hearing because it had been noticed.
Gotcha. Okay.
Citizens did show up, so we did take minutes in that. And the reason you have to follow through, as I understand it, is you've got to post the public hearing in that, so you have to have it whether you have a quorum.
Okay, well, that's interesting. I wasn't aware of that.
So that'll come back up in December. Item number 6 is the public forum for tonight. Each and every council meeting, we give residents and citizens the opportunity to speak to the council and the mayor on any issue that they would like. And all we ask is you give your name and address. So is there anyone here who would like to speak to the council? I don't see anyone. James declining tonight. Good job. Seeing no one, I will close the public forum. There will be no item number 7. There is no consent agenda tonight. Item number 9 is report of standing committees, the Special Public Services and Safety Committee meeting of November 20th, 2019. Chairperson Bates.
Thank you, Mayor. Reporting out from the recent November 20th Special Public Service and Safety Committee. The committee recommends the council approve on a trial basis amendments to school day parking restrictions around Neenah High School as described in items A through D of Engineer James Merton's memo of November 15, 2019, contingent on approval of an MOU between the Neenah Joint School District and the Park and Recreation Commission regarding parking in the Teller lot of Memorial Park. And one part of the memo that was slightly changed is the times are now 7 till 4, opposed to 7:30 to 4:30. And I would so move.
Alderman Bates moves,
Second.
seconded by Alderman Lang. Is there any discussion? Alderman Coons.
Thank you, Mayor. I did speak briefly at the committee meeting, and to me, I'll be voting against this. I think while I get the spirit of this, I think it's needed. I would be very happy if it were no parking 7 to 4 on school days, period. The residential parking, to me, is problematic. I'll leave it at that.
Okay. Anyone else? Alderman Boyette.
Thank you. Yes, I too agree. I'm fine with like the school day, no parking, and the times, but I feel like putting our citizens in this position. Yes, they bought their homes by a school. Yes, potentially this was going to happen at some point in their home life there, but I just feel like this is penalizing the homeowners as well. And I would like it better if it was just, like I've seen in other communities where they post signs, no parking on school days, 7 to 4:30. And, and then that helps people too. And they would have to get, obviously, the school calendar to know what a school day is for like holidays and whatever. But for the most part, if I own a house and it's in this area and there's no school that day, I'm not a fan of the way this is.
If I can interrupt
presented.
you,
Sure.
This is only during the school day, in the school year.
But aren't we doing a permit for the homeowners to park?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
Homeowners can park in front of their home
if they get a permit.
Okay. So they can park.
I just feel like it's another obstacle that they have to go through. And so, yeah, I think we'd be fine if we just post the signs like other communities do. Appleton does it. Grand Chute does it. I mean, that's just my thought anyway.
All right, that's fine. Thank you. Director Kaiser, did you have a?
Yeah, just a brief background. In most of the areas around the high school, some other school areas, areas where we have had 2-hour parking restrictions, we've had a program for a dozen years plus, a residential parking permit program that essentially does what we're looking to expand a little bit on out by the high school. So that program's in place already. Its use depends on the change in home ownership and how aware people are of it. But I guess we're not really proposing to do anything different than what we've done, other than we want to expand some of those areas around the high school for the school day restriction.
Okay. Alderman Erickson.
Thank you, Mayor. I have a question for Director Kaiser, and I should probably know this, but I don't. How much are you charging the school district for parking in Memorial Park? How much is?
Well, I haven't been part of those discussions. Okay. City Attorney Godleski is probably better placed.
Okay.
My understanding is it was $2,000 a school year.
And how much is the school district then charging students to park there?
I don't.
$35.
Per car. And how many stalls are there?
140.
Thank you.
140 something. Other comments or questions? All right. And this is a 1 year, or this is a trial program, and we're going to look at additional modifications in the spring. Safe to say? All right. Alderman Bates?
Thank you, Mayor. Just a background for the viewers at home. There is a lot of cars that park around the high school during the day. The high school has a limited number of spots, somewhere between 400 and 600 spots, and still there is parking along all the side streets. We have already restricted it to some streets. We are expanding out which streets we're going to restrict it from, and then allow them to use one of the parking lots, just one of the parking lots over at Memorial Park, to alleviate that. The school will be responsible for cleanup of the area and checking out who's parking there, and also the fact that once a student is in that parking lot, they are under the rules of the school. And so if there's any sort of bad behavior, smoking, fighting, whatever it is, they are bound by what the school has already in place. So that allows them to have more control. And we did have a question from one of the citizens. If I'm walking through that area with my dog, am I under those rules too? In which case, no, you're not. You're just under the regular park rules.
Thank you for the explanation. Alderman Coons?
Thank you, Mayor. I wasn't going to speak again, but two things that jumped out at me. First of all, yeah, I was aware that we have some residential parking. I just wasn't on the council when we voted for those, but so I'm still just equally not excited about that. But I did a quick math in my head. $35 times 140 spots is around $4,000.
4,900.
What's that?
4,900.
4,900.
I don't want. I want to try to be fair to everybody, but I'd hate to have the school make money on our parking spots.
They have to sell all 140 to get that. If they only sell 90,
that's their problem, not mine.
Right,
We're giving them 140 spots.
I just wanted to tell you.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those where, again, we pay a lot more for parking. Director Hayes will tell you how parking is an expensive proposition, and I agree with using the spots. I agree with creating some kind of restrictions in parking, just not in this fashion.
Just a couple more tidbits. Part of the reason they came up with these dollar amounts, they're going to have students from the launch program, one of the programs. School teacher Borkert is the teacher. Those students are going to actually be paid, and that program is going to get money for bus trips and that in order to clean the parking lot, empty the garbage, pick up trash, those types of things.
And and that's great. We also spend $90,000 on crossing guards, and I mean we can go on and on back and forth. But
No doubt. So, and the last thing I would say, the Parks Commission, and there's a little disconnect here right now, but the Parks Commission, Director Kading is for the Parks Commission has approved the agreement in principle, and the council does not have to approve the financial arrangement because it's with the Parks Commission. Alderman Erickson?
I agree with Alderman Coons. I struggle with the fact that they could make $1,900 off of parking in our park. I struggle with that. Their intent is to sell all 35 stalls, and if they do sell all 35 stalls, they will make $1,900. And so that doesn't sit right with me.
Okay. All right. Oh, boy. Okay. Alderman Bates.
Thank you, Mayor. I haven't seen the contract. Is the fee adjustable after a year?
The licenses runs for a school year period, renews unless we give notice of non-renewal 60 days before the advance of the termination of the lease. So it does not provide for an increase in either the permit to the student or the amount that's.
And so if we decide not to renew it unless we want to up our from 2,000 to 2,500, whatever it is,
right?
Split it with them half. Okay, thank you.
Alderman Stevenson.
Thank you, Mayor. I think the simplistic math tells us that they're going to make $1,900 on this. The reality is they are now responsible for cleaning, maintaining, and securing an extra 140 stalls that previously would be on our municipal streets and the responsibility of our police department. So there is additional cost that the school district is going to have to manage. I don't know what it is.
And I don't even want to I hesitate to get into this, but just so you guys know, because I deal with this with the school district all the time. And if the park and rec people here were here, they will tell you we use many of their facilities and buildings for our programming. And they don't charge us the true cost either, is what they will tell you and me. So if we want to charge them the true cost of this, they will start charging us the true cost of utilizing their buildings for some of our programs. I just don't want to get into that. So, because it gets pretty dicey then. I mean, they use some of our ball diamonds and that for some of their programming, and there is a charge, but the Park and Rec Commission is tasked with figuring out what they're going to pay, but that was brought up to me, and so I passed that on. Alderman Bates?
Thank you, Mayor. There's a couple of other items that I appreciate that they're going to be doing is by getting these cars off the street and into this lot, it'll make it easier on our snowplows, obviously, but also the fact that we're congregating the students in one spot. It helps the neighbors in the sense that they can be watched easier than if their policing rep has to go around and look for where all these people might be congregating. And that was one of the things we did hear from the neighbors is we've had some trouble with people in our yards. We've had trouble with people just parking anywhere in our driveways, in front of our mailboxes. So we would like to have the school regulate their own students.
Anyone else? Okay, seeing no one. All in favor of the motion, vote aye. All opposed, vote no. Using the roll call machine, please. That motion passes 5-3.
The second item is
6-3.
I'm sorry, 6-3. Thinking last. Yep, 6-3. So thank you.
Second item is the committee recommends approval of beverage operator license applications for Clint J. Bromer, Aaron L. Nerig, Margaret R. Regan, Nicole J. Rivest, Kristen M. Schultz, Stephanie M. Schwartz, and Sarah E. Young, and I would so move.
Second.
There's a motion by Alderman Bates, seconded by Alderman Lundrum, to approve the beverage operator license as listed. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, vote aye. All opposed, vote no. Using the roll call machine, please. That motion passes 9-0.
Committee recommends approval of the change of agent application for Class A liquor license holder Ultimate Mart LLC Pick and Save number 124, 1530 South Commercial Street, Neenah. Agent Stephanie Galina, and I would so move.
Second.
There's a motion by Alderman Bates, seconded by Alderman Lundrum. Is there any discussion on that item? Seeing none, all in favor, vote aye. All opposed, vote no. Using the roll call machine, please. That motion passes 9-0.
Committee recommends approval of the secondhand article dealer license renewal applications for Eco ATM LLC at 1155 West Winneconne Avenue and 1530 South Commercial Street, and I would so move.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Bates, seconded by Alderman Lang. Discussion on that item. Alderman Boyette?
I'm just curious what exactly that is. Most of these are like a machine or something, but this is second-hand. What I don't understand. Could somebody shed some light on this?
I believe it's the machine.
This is a machine that people can sell their cell phones with.
Oh, okay. Thanks. It was just kind of cloudy on me because you don't usually get secondhand items out of a machine. So thank you.
All right. Thank you for the explanation. Anyone else have any questions or comments? Seeing none, all in favor, vote aye. All opposed, vote no, using the roll call machine, please. That motion passes 9-0.
Committee recommends approval of the secondhand article dealer license new application for Eco ATM LLC at 828 Fox Point Plaza, and I would so move.
Second.
The motion by Alderman Bates, seconded by Alderman Lang. Put it in there, Alderman Lang. There you go. Thank you. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, vote aye. All opposed, vote no, using the roll call machine, please. That motion passes 9-0.
And moving on to an item that was from the meeting of October 29th. At that meeting, the committee recommended council deny the beverage operator license application, which was a new one for Jennifer L. Tomac due to an incomplete application. We tabled it at the last November 6th council meeting to the next council meeting, which is tonight. At the last meeting, we voted to deny it. In the interim, we had more information presented to the committee, which was gathered from the applicant when we were able to find out the information from her. And with the help of our deputy clerk, we now have all the information, and it is the wish of the committee to now recommend the approval of beverage operator license, and I would so move.
Second.
Okay. Alderman Bates, as Jim's whispering to me, but I think the motion for denial is still on the table, so.
Well, that'll remain there. What's going to replace it now is the motion to approve the license.
A motion to amend?
The original motion is on the table unless somebody takes it off the table. A substitute motion can be submitted for that, and the tabling becomes permanent. So the motion.
Chairperson Bates would bring it back from committee? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Is that what that first motion has to be?
The first motion is on the table, and if the motion that's now been recognized by the chair as to approve the license goes forward, the original motion is tabled permanently.
So it's an automatic thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so what we did just overlays the other.
Right.
So Alderman Bates moves, seconded by Alderman Stevenson, to approve the beverage operator license application for Jennifer Tomac. Discussion, Alderman Kuntz?
I'm sorry to bring this back up, but there is no motion to deny. It hasn't been made, it hasn't been seconded. While that's the recommendation of the committee officially, I'm not sure you reconcile that's the recommendation with the fact that the motion is something different. I imagine there's a way to work that out, but I don't think the original motion of denial is on the table. It has not been made nor seconded.
No, the matter itself was tabled. There was a motion to table, and the matter has not been taken off the table, the original recommendation, and now she's reporting out what was the sense of the committee at tonight's special meeting.
And you can do that within the sense of the committee. We're very much a committee kind of driven council. It just makes me a little nervous when we.
As you pointed out, Alderman,
It was not on tonight's committee meeting. Am I correct?
No, it was not. You're correct.
Okay.
I stand corrected. I would recommend that we move to take off the table the matter and then move to amend it to a recommendation.
Sounds fabulous.
All right, I will change my motion to move this off the table.
My second will be good to that. And a request to speak. Make a motion to amend the motion to change it from a recommendation to deny to approve. Not a recommendation from the committee, but my individual aldermanic position makes a motion to amend the motion. Because we didn't come from committee. Alderperson Kuntz is absolutely correct. The committee did not make a recommendation.
Right.
But I, as an individual alderman, will make a motion to change the motion from denial to approval.
And I will second that.
Okay, so this item is it's off the table and it's before us.
Well, there's the,
The motion is to take it off the table. That has to be voted on. Then the motion would be to
sense.
to amend it.
His motion's a little premature.
Right,
Then.
right.
Okay, so Alderman Bates moves to take the item off the table, seconded by Alderman Stevenson. All in favor of taking the item off the table will signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Now off the table.
I'll invoke my motion to amend and change it from a denial to approval.
Moved by
Based on the
Alderman
information
Stevenson,
that was received
seconded
from
by
our
Alderman
last committee.
Bates.
Right,
And then Alderman Bates on the question.
And I don't even know if you need to make an amendment. You could have just, we could just make a motion. It was originally reported out that it was a denial, and then we could make the motion.
If we don't approve the denial, the application is not approved.
Right.
Yes.
I just meant that we don't have to make it as an amendment to the denial. We can just say, we reported it
That's
as a
right.
denial, but we are making a motion to approve it.
Right. Clerk's term. That's something.
I just wanted to mention, I had Stephanie put into your council packet this incomplete bartender application amendment process. We're going to use that moving forward for those that have the incomplete applications, so that you, as the committee, when these come to you, you will know what kind of communication she had with them and what we're waiting for.
And if you could, I think we would like you to stop in on one of our meeting nights and discuss it with us, just so we have an idea what's going on.
Okay.
Thank you.
We can do that.
So Alderman Stevenson moved to approve the beverage license, operator license application for Jennifer Tomac. It was seconded by Alderman Bates. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, vote aye. All opposed, vote no. Using the roll call machine, please. That motion passes 9-0.
And hopefully with the new procedure, we won't have to do it this way
Yeah.
ever again. And that concludes my report.
Thank you very much. There was no regular Finance and Personnel Committee because of the workshops. Item number 10 is the reports of special committees. Regular Plan Commission, there's no report tonight. Community Development Authority, a report from the CDA. Director Hayes, do you have anything?
Nothing this evening, Mayor.
Thank you. From the Library Board, report from the Library Board, Alderperson Erickson.
Thank you, Mayor. The Library Board met today at 4 o'clock, and there are a number of great programs that are coming up. The first thing I'd like to mention is there is a program on Monday, December 2nd at 2 p.m., Wild Animal Stories of Yellowstone Park. And then on Thursday, December 5th at 6:30, there is a travel series, Planning Your Trip to Door County, Wisconsin. In addition, there are many, many other programs, and all of them can be found on the Neenah Public Library website. I encourage you to visit the library and to check out some books. Thank you.
Great. Thank you for the information. The Neenah Arts Council report, also Alderperson Erickson.
Thank you, Mayor. The next event that the Neenah Arts Council will be sponsoring is Celebrate the Season. It is Saturday, December 7th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. There are various events, activities throughout the city, including the Neenah Public Library, the Neenah Historical Society, the Neenah City Hall, the Neenah Menasha YMCA, the Bergstrom Mahler Museum of Glass, Valley Academy of Arts. So I encourage you to visit the Neenah Arts Council Facebook page, and all of that information is available. You can also find it on the City Hall Facebook page and the Neenah Historical Society Facebook page and the library Facebook page. So that information is out and about in the community, and this is a fun family event. Many of the activities are free, and it should be a great day. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Presentation of petitions. I don't believe we have any. Council directives. Any unfinished business? Under new business, Alderman Kuntz.
Just under unfinished business, is it possible to get give me a quick update on the traffic study and where we're at with that?
Director Kaiser.
The consultant and East Central Wisconsin Regional Plan have been working through some traffic modeling based on implementing some possible options and seeing what the impacts on the traffic network are through the downtown area. Really, we've worked through a number of alternatives on looking at speed, volume, and implementing a few traffic control measures. And then East Central is running their traffic model with the new adjustments in place and seeing kind of what the impact is of those adjustments. So there's email just yesterday between the consultant and East Central looking at some comparison plots of that modeling.
And when do you think we'd have some actionable data to work with in committee or council?
Once they, based on the note that I saw yesterday, once those comparisons are available for the consultant, they're more or less ready to have another meeting with city staff and kind of outline what their observations are to this point. I would say we're probably still probably close to 2 months from a final report.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Anything else under unfinished business? I don't know where that's coming from. And then under new business, Mayor Crawford's appointment, just to let you know, these are coming up. Mayor Crawford's appointment to fill my expired term on the Appleton Redevelopment Authority Exhibition Center Advisory Committee of the ARA for a 2-year term that will expire December 31st, 2021. These will all be considered at the December 4th, 2019 meeting. I will be on the phone a lot between now and then, it looks like. Mayor Crawford's appointment to fill the expired term of Umar Sheikh, Grant Birch, Brian Gajewski, and Michelle Bauer on the Business Improvement District Board for 3-year terms that will expire December 2022. Mayor Crawford's appointment to fill the expired terms of Judy Zaretsky, Lee Hillstrom, and Jim Vetter on the Park and Recreation Commission for 3-year terms that will expire December 2022. Mayor Crawford's appointment to fill the expired term of Greg Weinberg on the Neenah Sewage Commission for a term to expire December 31st, 2022. Mayor Crawford's appointment to fill the expired terms of Olivia Wattoon, Josh Priestner, and Kent Powley on the Sustainable Neenah Committee for 3-year terms to expire December 2022. Mayor Crawford's appointment to fill the unexpired term of Neenah Joint School District Representative Kim Couture on the Library Board for the term expiring May 2021. That will also be at the December 4th meeting. I also believe the school district will be forwarding me the appointment for the Plan Commission from the school board representative for next meeting. And I believe I have maybe 2 people who are interested in the Committee on Aging. So I do have some people now that are coming forward. I just, like we do a lot of times around here, remind the people who are at home listening, if you want to get involved, if you're interested in serving on a committee, there's not a lot involved. They usually meet about once per month. And it's a great way to learn a little bit more about what's going on in the community. And as you heard tonight, there's a lot of different committees that we need people for. We need volunteers. And so if you have any interest, either go to the website and look under appointments, or just stop by the city clerk's office and you can fill out an application. And we'd love to have you participate in your local government. So that's all I have. We will next, we have committee meetings next week, and then we have, of course, Thanksgiving. The Santa float starts. The interesting thing on the Santa float, they put it out on their website, the Neenah Menasha Fire Department. They had like 3,000 hits in like the first day or something. So it's a very popular thing. And Todd, you know when that starts?
I know it ends on December 13th. So
Okay. Well, go on the
writing.
website, go on Facebook. I know it's on there.
I would best guess it would be December 2nd.
Neenah Menasha Fire is what it's.
I'll check right now.
It'll be on the website when it starts. There's also a map of what night it's coming to your neighborhood and the estimated time. And I believe they also have a GPS on there, so people at home can actually follow where the float is that night, so they can get the kids, instead of having to run with them down the hallway to get to the front door, they can know a little bit ahead of time that it's coming. So.
They do.
No, we don't have. What do they call that? But yeah, we don't have that. But yes, Jane, do you?
Yeah, I just had a quick announcement. Tomorrow night at the Neenah Library, Neenah Historical Society is doing a presentation on a variety of very interesting film clips from Neenah's past, dating to the 1920s, from the 1920s to the 1960s, thereabouts, with all the background information about on what you'll be seeing in these various video clips. I think it'll be a fun and interesting night. Film that has never been seen before or hasn't been seen since probably the 1930s or so. So I think it'll be a good night, 7 p.m. at the Neenah Library.
Thank you for that information. Todd?
The Santa Float, sponsored by Neenah Menasha Fire Rescue, starts Monday, December 2nd in the city of Menasha. Tuesdays in Menasha, Wednesdays in Menasha, Thursdays in Neenah and Menasha. Friday the 6th is in Neenah. Then it's seen Neenah the rest all the way to the 13th. Ending on the west side on the 13th.
Okay. So it's on Neenah Menasha Fire's Facebook site.
Also at GoValleyKids.com.
There you go. Okay. Alderman Erickson.
Santa Float will also be at the City Hall on December 7th with Santa. So if you'd like to see the Santa Float up close and personal, it will be parked outside City Hall during the Celebrate the Season event.
Thank you for that. So I do not have anything else. If anyone else has anything, Mike, do you have an estimated arrival for the taxes being sent out?
Are you talking about the tax bill or
Tax
the
bill.
the tax bills, based on everything, unless we have any other delays, would be sent out, printed and sent out the first week in December.
First week in December?
Yeah, it's sent out the end of that week.
Okay. End of the first week of December, because I've already had someone call me and ask, so that'll give them a little bit of an idea. So, okay, that's all I have. Does anyone else have anything for the good of the order? If not, is there a motion?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
There's a motion by Alderman Lundrum, seconded by Alderman Stevenson. All in favor of adjournment, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. We are adjourned.
We could just have Santa.
Broadcasts of the City of Neenah Common Council meetings are produced by University Studios of the University of Wisconsin Fox Valley. Neenah residents can get information about City Council meetings, City Committee meetings, meeting agendas, and other documents via the City website, www.neenahgov.org. Neenah residents can express their opinions about city issues or about these broadcasts by contacting the mayor's office, contacting their city alderman, or by completing the electronic feedback form on the city website, www.neenahgov.org. All public portions of the meetings are recorded in entirety and are not edited for playback.